For as long as I can remember, I have always been an avid reader and writer. As a kid, I used books and stories as an avenue to escape the chaos of the world around me. Later in my adult life, I found myself writing my own works of poetry, and I even published 2 books of my own. Now life has taken me to Edinburgh, Scotland, where I live with my Scottish partner who is also an avid reader. The first time we connected was through books, so we love to explore new bookshops often. Come along with us as we take you to a couple of the city's coolest bookstores.
That much time, but
these are the 2 that I'm gonna get.
To the video. So this is the second part of this video. In the first part, you guys saw me go around to some of the bookshops in Scotland. I went to 3 of them. I do have more than that I actually love to go to. There's tons of bookshops here in Scotland, in Edinburgh specifically, but those were the 3 that I wanted to start with, so I might make this a bit of a series. I have always been an avid reader, like I said in the first part of the video, but here I just find myself connecting back to like my true self and who I am, and not the mask that I had to wear in America just to kind of fit in and cope with life there, you know. So I'm really just connecting back to my inner child. But I wanted to do a book haul in the second part of this video and kind of just show you guys what I have been reading. Um, I had to practically decimate my book collection before I moved here. I just wasn't able to transfer to ship all the books over here. It just was too costly, too expensive, just too crazy, just wasn't even worth it. So I'm essentially starting over my book collection. Once we get the house together, we're gonna have this amazing two shelves in the living room. Part of my setup right now, I'm filming in the living room, but nothing is complete right now. So, but it's gonna look really amazing. I also thought about maybe filming that along the way too, the renovations that are being done. So let me know if that's something that you guys want to see. But back to me rambling. I'm a yapper. Back to me rambling though. I did get some books. I didn't really get that many while I was out shopping in the video. I did get one, and this basically is self-care for autistic people. I have recently discovered that I am autistic. There are autistic members of my family, and I think that autism gets a bad rap. It's very misunderstood. It's very easy to miss in women specifically, because a lot of women have late diagnosis. So I don't know. I just wanted to learn more about what was going on with me because the move here was pretty difficult. So, I basically just recently discovered that I'm autistic, and I'm very proud of being that. I'm not ashamed of it at all. My little sister is autistic as well, and I have family members that are. And unfortunately, we do have people in the public eye who are autistic, and they give it such a bad rap. Like, we get so heavily stigmatized for being autistic. So I think that in the future, my content will shift towards speaking more about that, representing that community, as we are probably underrepresented, and just clearing up some of that stigmatization. So I got this book. I've been reading it. What I'd like to do is I like to notate my books. I like to kind of go in and mark things that I want to remember or things that I want to talk about. And notating books is, you basically just highlight the parts that are important to you, and you put these cute little tabs. Like, it's a really fun thing, and it makes your reading more interactive. You really can, well, for me personally, that's kind of the way I learn. I learn more interactively. I learn through seeing things. So what I mean is, I'm a visual learner. That's heavily debated whether it's true or not. The lights just flickered. Like today here in Scotland, we are having awful weather. That's the only reason I was even able to film today is because I'm off from school. They closed all the universities, all the shops are closed. So if the light's flickering, forgive me, I will try to edit that part out. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm more of a visual learner. I need to see things. So just for me to kind of ingest the information here, annotating helps. I have all of these cute little tabs and highlighters, and it's just a fun way to go. I got the complete poems and songs of Robert Burns, who is a profound Scottish writer here in Scotland. He is a part of Scottish history. There's statues erected for him. There's museums erected for this guy. Like, he's definitely known to be the writer here of Scotland. Him, Sir Walter Scott, Robert Louis Stevenson. There are many writers that come out of Scotland that are known worldwide. Like, the history here is fascinating. The people that come out of this country are fascinating. And I went to the Writers Museum recently, so I will upload a short, or I think I uploaded a short about the Writers Museum. That is just the collection of history of those three writers. And I love poetry. I have 2 poetry books that I've written myself, so it's almost kind of like a fated thing that I'm here, and I will be working on my 3rd book as well. It's debatable, but J.K. Rowling, she supposedly came to Edinburgh and did some of her writing and found some of the inspiration for Harry Potter. Recently, she said that she didn't, but when you go around the city and you see things that she's written about, it's kind of hard to believe that she didn't take inspiration from Edinburgh. No idea why she would like not want to clear that up or say that, why she wouldn't want to claim it. But she's a character within herself. But Harry Potter's a cool series. I recently watched all of those movies. I was younger when I read like the 1st and 2nd book, and then I kind of just stopped from there. So I might add those to my collection too. But Robert Burns, he is the man here. If you ever want to read any of his works, you can find it online. He's written tons of poems, tons of stories. He's just a fascinating writer. And I'm very happy to have this book. I've been reading a little bit of it. The large books is Babel. I'm pretty sure you guys might have heard of this, especially if you're on TikTok. This book, it's dark academia. Like, it's a novelty. Like, you have to read this book if you're into dark academia. I have not finished it yet. I'm probably like on the 3rd chapter, but it's such a heavy book, not as physically, but the topics are heavy. It's about a school kid in Oxford, and it's just about his life and his struggle that he's going through right now. And I am very happy that I picked this one up. I was hearing a lot about it on TikTok, and some of my favorite creators have reveled about it. They loved it. So I said, I have to get it. Right now, we are having like 75-mile-per-hour winds. I have a window right here, and I can just see like the trees blowing. It's just chaos outside. Like, I think even the stores are closed right now. So Scottish weather is just a beast of it. Another dark academia book. A girl at school actually told me about this one, and then I started doing research into it, and I was like, oh my god, this has to be in my collection. I've not started it yet, but everyone has reveled about it online. Like I said, some of my classmates have reveled about it. It's supposed to be a good read. So it is The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and like I said, this is a dark academia novelty. If you're into that kind of aesthetic, that kind of feel, definitely pick this one up. like I said, I have always loved reading. I've loved books. This was like, reading was like my escape in childhood from all the craziness that was going on around me. So I'm very happy to like be getting back into it. And that's one thing I love about my partner too. He loves to read. He reads every night before bed. So he's very inspirational with that too. That's actually how we first connected. That's another video, another story, but that's actually, books were how we first connected. Guys, this one might be a bit taboo. It is A History of Magic, Witchcraft, and the Occult by Susan Lipscomb. First of all, I love the aesthetic of this book. Just the sleek cover. I love hardcover books. If you can't tell, most of my books are hardcover. I don't know why. I just prefer that over paperbacks. It's just a general preference, but I love a hardcover book. I don't really like Kindles. I don't really like digital books, ebooks, but if I can get my hands on a hardcover of a book, I will pay the extra money for it or whatever. But this one, I got it particularly because of the history of Scotland, and particularly because the history of Edinburgh. I'm not sure if it goes deeply into that because there's a lot of the history here, but if you don't know about Edinburgh's history, it's like the witch ghost capital of Europe. Like, there are so many tales that come out of here. The history, the witch hunt. There's a witch hunt here. Like, there's so much that I just deeply resonate with, which is another reason why I feel like I'm supposed to be here. I believe in like fate and stuff, but this book is really heavy. Like, there's some interesting things in here, and it's right up my alley. It talks about the Salem witch trials. Like, this is right up it talks about sorcery, hermeticism, divinity in the universe. I won't say that word because I don't know if I'll get demonetized, but it's just even fairy tales. Like, this is so me. So I can't wait to dive deeply into this book. Ouija boards, literally, and palm reading. I am very much an occult girl. Like, I love spirituality. I love the occult. I read tarot. I'm a better reader for other people and not for myself, I think, because the bias, like, of what I probably want to see. But I can read your cards if you want me to. But yeah, anyway. So this is just right up my alley. There is even a witchcraft museum in Edinburgh that I am going to spend some time at. I think that would be fascinating for me as a person who loves the occult and loves magic and loves all of those things. I know it's taboo and people will be like, well, it's not real, but I feel like magic is available to those who are open to it. So that's my little book haul for now. I have more books coming that I've already ordered. I probably should read some of these to completion. Next video will probably be me back to university. University started a couple of days ago. I've been a bit sick, so if you can kind of tell, I'm a little bit under the weather. My voice probably sounds a bit different, but it's just because I'm recovering from a cold. So I don't usually get sick, so when I do, it really hits me hard. But I'm feeling better, and I'm happy to have this day off despite the weather. So my next videos will probably be me just going around Edinburgh, maybe museums, or maybe the house renovations, or definitely university videos for those of that want to see that. So it's going to be just a montage of everything. I have so many interests. Like, I am more than just a model. I can't put myself in boxes with my content. So if it seems like it's all over the place, that's just the kind of person that I am. I am an eclectic person with many interests. So stay tuned. I'm sure you'll find something to watch on my channel that resonates with you. So thanks for watching, guys.